I like to just, watch them, try to capture their face.
Today, I'm here with Rufus, Man.
Yes.
Rufus, tell us your story.
I've been drawing all my life, and I've been doing freelance and events for over 10 years now. So I do like all kinds of parties, corporate things, and I love telling stories. I love meeting people. And so drawing caricatures has been a great way for me to connect and make some good side money.
Perfect. So this is a side gig for you.
Yes, that's one of the things I do. I do illustrations. I draw comic books. I've illustrated a children's book as well. I do storyboards. So there's various different things I do, but caricatures is one of my favorite things to do for live events.
Okay. And how do you find your market? On Facebook, or how do you find it?
Facebook is one. Word of mouth. I mean, I've been doing this long enough. I've made a lot of connections with other local artists and event companies. And so you just maintain relationships. And that's kind of how I came into this market. And just kind of grow organically. And I haven't spent a lot of time or money into Facebook ads or things like that, just because I don't really trust the algorithm as much. I love more face-to-face.
Perfect. And when you go to a market like this, is your price universal, or do you change it based on the market?
It varies because, depending on the demographic and things like that, I try to keep my prices pretty straightforward and standard. But, for example, for the first 25 people that come by, I want to offer a special discount just to make it fun.
Okay. And do you go to farmer market at all? In the summertime?
Every so often. During the summers is usually our peak busy season for big events and things. But whenever I can, I try to come to markets like these. It's great to meet new people.
Okay. Since you've been coming to craft show like this for a while, is there anything you feel like that could change to make them better?
Always, always. I don't know if I could stay in business if I wasn't always learning from other people as well as developing new ideas, trying something new. And sometimes it doesn't work, but you can learn from that too. And it always makes you better. It makes you more efficient. My setup has gotten a lot leaner and more organized over the years. I hope to continue to learn and improve just my overall experience for the customer.
Perfect. Oh, I guess what I was trying to get at you is when you come, is anything, because each host have their own style. Is there something you think maybe something you see that a host do really good at? You think, oh man, I wish every market were like that.
Right. Every market has its own flavor. Like I enjoy the grassroots feel of this one.
Okay.
Just because it feels more authentic. It's not so much like straight retail or like a mall. People can feel like they're meeting just people that are passionate about what they do. And, you kind of overlook the other little things that may not be as perfect because that there's a lot of heart that goes into the individual work by each artist or artisan, which makes it just part of the appeal for me.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And what's the goal? What's the future with Rufus, man?
Oh, the future is to continue to grow, but not to grow alone. I have a community of artists I've developed that I try to include with these kind of events whenever I can, especially the corporate events. And thankfully, I've been able to develop a network of very talented people that do not just caricature work, but various different types of art for live events, which I feel is the future. I feel like more people want to connect face to face, not so much as digitally as much as they may have used to. I think people are wanting to use both. So I'm hoping that we can grow a very vibrant community of local artists that can also benefit from the things I've learned.
Okay. And do you have any advice for a vendor that want to come to a market like this? They're watching this. They're like, man, where do you start?
Start small. Don't think of trying to do everything at once because there's always going to be something you will learn to do better or different next time. So start with something that you can manage, even if that's just a small table. Like this is just a regular square table I have right now. It fits what I need. And then as I adjust for the event, I could get bigger or smaller, but every time to pay attention to what others are doing as well. Learn from them, talk to people, learn from them as well that maybe you could avoid certain mistakes they made, save you time, and just help you improve your message for the customer, because that's the end result. If it's not a good experience for you or the customer, it's not going to be as successful for you.
Okay. And where can people find you? What's your contact information?
One of the best ways to find me is on Instagram, Rufus Artwork. So on Instagram is one of the main ways people can follow my work, see what I do. I post things on there. It connects to my Facebook page as well. But yeah, Rufus Artwork on Instagram.
All right. Thank you, Rufus.
Thank you.
And good luck today.
Thank you so much. You as well.
Today, I'm with Sarah, the founder and creator of Flowers and Dinos. Sarah, can you tell us your story and how did you end up coming to craft show like this?
Yeah, so I started out, I saw something kind of similar to what I create, but not exactly what I wanted. And I decided, like, I could do that. I have a lot of experience with resin from college, and so I decided that I wanted to start experimenting just for myself. And after a little bit, I realized I had like way too many materials for just me. And so I decided I would start sharing with those around me. And so I reached out to family and friends, started posting on social media, and signed up for a craft fair or two. And when I started coming, I realized how much I loved it. I love talking to people, and I love getting to know their stories and hearing about their favorite flowers and dinosaurs.
So, how long have you been coming to craft show then?
Just since July.
Oh,
So not very long.
Recently.
Yeah.
Did you went to a farmer market, the first one?
Yes.
Which one was that?
Or actually, I think it was called the Hazel Avenue Market.
Was in Salt Lake?
It's down in Lehigh.
Okay. And how was your experience there?
It was not good. It didn't go well. We got rained out pretty bad, and it hailed with like massive hail. And it was a car show, which isn't the right demographic for what I do. So it was a big learning experience. I definitely lost money on that one, but I had a good time and I learned a ton. And the next one went a lot better.
I bet. So then how do you usually find those markets? Do you go on Facebook and find them?
Yeah, that's how I usually find them, is through Facebook. And occasionally I'll see an event, marketed on like Instagram or just while I'm driving around, and I'll look it up to see if they're looking for vendors.
Perfect. One of the things that I struggle with as a vendor is knowing how much inventory to bring. Because some markets you go to, you might sell a lot. Others, you might not sell as much. How do you decide how much inventory to bring?
Honestly, I just create when I'm inspired. And so every piece here is something. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. So, everything that I make is something that I'm inspired by. So it's usually a flower or a shape, or just a color combination, or I'll dream about a new design. And I'll just create whatever I find that's interesting until I am kind of feeling like creatively satisfied. And then at craft shows, I just put out everything that I have. And I haven't been doing this long enough to have too much inventory yet. So that's pretty much how I do it.
That's good. I mean, your products are very small, so you can carry them. You don't need to have a minivan or anything like that.
Yeah, no. Everything I have fits in a duffel bag and a tackle box.
That's good. So another thing that I think a lot of vendors struggle with is the price of the event. Because some market, they advertise themselves, for example, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. is only $20. and you might find another market that advertise themselves from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., but they're charging $50, double for less hours.
Mm-hmm.
Do you calculate the market you go based on the price of the entries? Or do you feel like if you feel the market is good, you're going to pay regardless of how much you're charging? Do you make a decision on that?
Yeah. So, mostly I have kind of a hard boundary for myself that I will not pay more than $100 for a market unless there's going to be over like 5,000 people there. And so I'm usually looking at a couple things. I'm looking at how many people are supposed to be at the market, like walking through. And also I'm looking at how much it costs and how many hours it is. And based on those three things, I'll figure out kind of like a, cutoff for myself on whether or not I feel like a certain market is worth it. And I'm also open to trying things. So this is my first time at this market and craft fair. I'm here to test the waters, see how it goes with what I sell and what I do, with the clientele around here. And then based on how I do, I'll decide whether or not I'm coming back.
Okay. And where can people find you, Sarah?
Yeah, so I can be found on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook under Of Flowers and Dinos. Oh, and TikTok.
Perfect.
And Etsy.
And people can go and order stuff from there.
Yep.
All right. Well, good luck today.
Thank you.